Hey, how y'all doing out there? Just want to take a little time and let's talk about the Nexus 6P. Now, this is a very old phone as well. This phone came out in 2014. Now, when this phone initially came out, I wasn't all that interested in it because it was a Google phone, and for me, Google phones didn't have a lot of features. It was pretty, I don't know, pretty blah to me. I was used to Samsung phones having a lot of features, and that's what I particularly care. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy, phone with a lot of features on it. But I was interested. I kept hearing people keep saying, "Oh, stock Android, stock Android, stock Android." So I'm like, let me just see what this stock Android thing is all about. So I went and got me a Google phone, which is a Nexus 6P. Now, of course, they don't make Nexuses anymore. Now it's the Pixel phone they make now. So the Nexus series is over, where they had a collaboration of different companies making different things. Like Samsung would make it 1 year, and LG would make it another year, and this particular year, Huawei made the phone, but I think Samsung did the display and Huawei did everything else, and Google did software. So it was a collaboration, of three different companies coming together to make one phone. Now, a lot of people like the Nexus series and they actually miss it, but now I think they've gotten used to the Pixels, series of phones. Now, back to where I was saying. So I finally decided, let me check out what this stock version of Android is all about. Let me get this Google phone. I got it. And the three things that impressed me the most about the Nexus 6P, first, the dual front facing speakers. Now, even to this day, these speakers are still very, very impressive to me. For a phone to be this old, they still sound pretty good. I mean, they really do. They kick out pretty well. I also love the AMOLED display, that has a resolution of 1440 by 2560. AMOLED display. It's really nice. Wish it was a little brighter, but still looks phenomenal. For a screen, looks very, very good. And the fingerprint scanner on the back was made by Huawei, of course, and it's very, very, very fast and accurate, which is what you want when you're dealing with a fingerprint scanner. You want it to be fast. You want it to be accurate. Now, the thing about this phone now that is hard to get used to with these newer phones is if you could see how thick these bezels are. I mean, they are thick. Even the Note 4 bezels weren't quite as thick as these, and it's kind of hard to look at sometimes because I'm just not used to that. I'm just not used to that at all. But overall, it has a very good screen. Now with the software, the thing that I noticed a difference between, say, LG, Samsung, and this phone was the software was buttery smooth. Now, for a phone to be as old as this is, and it has an 805 processor, Snapdragon processor in it, the software is still not that bad. It's still smooth. Of course, it's not as fast as the newer phones now because you got the 855 Snapdragon out there right now, which is a whole lot faster, but it could still hold its own today, honestly, for a phone that's this old. I did get it updated to Android Oreo 8.2. So I don't think it's going to get P, but at least it went all the way up to Oreo. So that's not bad. And it runs pretty smooth and pretty fast for me. Like the average person is not going to notice that much of a difference with the speed of a newer phone and this one unless they, are playing or, unless they have a newer phone and an older phone that you can, you'll notice the subtle difference. One is a little faster than the other, but it's still buttery smooth. And I'm impressed for a phone to be this old. Now, of course, it has a 3450 milliamp battery. The battery life is, I hate to say it, but it's kind of mediocre. It's okay. It's not horrible, but it's kind of mediocre. It has a 12.3 megapixel camera on the rear, and it has an an 8 megapixel camera on the front. Okay, it has USB Type C. It also has fast charging. Unfortunately, no wireless charging because it has a metal back. And it has the power button and the volume buttons on the side. Now, the volume button is at the top, and the volumes buttons are right below the power button. I don't like the placement, first of all, because I think the power button should be below the volume, and it should be a little bit more of a separation between the two. Here to me, they're just too close together. Say you have the volume right here and you have the power up here. To me, they're just too close together, and I think the power button should be underneath the volume button, just in my opinion. Okay. So for the most part, like I said, it's not a whole lot to talk about this phone. It does come with 3 gigs of RAM. This version comes with 64 gigs of internal storage. You cannot expand the memory, unfortunately, because Google won't let you do that on any of their phones. I don't know why, but they should. I mean, it's unfortunate that you can't expand the memory on the phone. Also, you can't take out the battery because they sealed in the battery on this particular model. But like I said, overall, the phone runs really, really well, fast, smooth. The speakers are really, really good. The screen is really, really good. If you can get past how thick those bezels are, this phone is still relevant. It is still a good buy. You can get it for about 150, 167, something like that, 170. So it's still a good buy. It's a good backup phone. It's a good phone for those people that like the older phones, for nostalgia reasons. Like I said, it's running Oreo 8.2. It still runs pretty well. So it's not a bad phone. I don't know if it's you'll make it your daily driver, but I would say still a good backup phone. And the photos, camera's okay, not that great, but it's okay. It doesn't no way near compared to the cameras of today, not even close, but it's okay. So that's my take on the Nexus 6P. You want to check it out? Best price you're going to get is on Amazon. I mean, not Amazon, but eBay. And you can still get it for a decent price on eBay. And you could get it brand new, actually. All right. Unfortunately, you won't not be able to find any 128 gig models. I just couldn't find any. The highest I could find was 64 gigs. All right. So that's my take on it. You guys take care. Peace.